is an origin reading for declaration. So when I surrounded you in positive energy, that's how I always begin the reading. I don't know if you've seen any of my readings, but I always begin by surrounding the room and then myself and then whoever I'm reading in positive energy. And I normally use crystals to sort of aid me and add their energies, which generally mean something psychically to me. So they communicate something as well. And this is what I was using for that. And this is my blue kyanite. This is one of my blue kyanite shards. And I actually have 6 here. Okay. And I have my amethyst here as well. And I have to kind of say these 2 types of crystals together for the reason that when I went to set the kyanites down on my stool here, they wanted to rest on the amethyst. And so they mean something together. The amethyst really has to do with, it has to do with psychic protection. It also has to do with psychic abilities. Whereas kyanite has all to do with the throat chakra. So it has to do with declarations that you make. It has to do with having a strong will and willpower. It also has to do with creativity and really speaking with clarity. So it can affect the mind as well because it does give clarity for words, what you're speaking, and also even actions, since it has to do with willpower and creativity. Okay, and then, so this obviously though, it's on top, like I said, it's resting on the amethyst, and the amethyst has to do with psychic abilities. And so this does have to do with spiritual power and spiritual declarations. And spiritual power, like spiritual willpower, spiritual authority that you're communicating. Okay, this one is my citrine. Here again, citrine is a solar plexus stone. And this really has to do with strength and personal power, like an inward power, ambition, drive, focus, passion. And I feel like these are energies that are coming to you. And I get the word Pisces, so that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a Pisces, but you do have this tendency to kind of get unfocused or be kind of dreamy and not what? What are you saying? Okay, that's what they're saying. Your crown chakra is like so open, versus some of the other chakras, like you use it so much, which is kind of like a Piscean thing or even an Aquarian thing. But Piscean, because they tend to be very dreamy and kind of float along. Aquarians, a lot of times, it's more like they think outside of the box. Pisces tend to have trouble with grounding a lot of the time. So like I said, whether you're Pisces or not, since I know that about Pisces, that's something that your guides are coming in with as a way of saying he has trouble with grounding, he's kind of dreamy and can be kind of unsettled and unfocused. But so they're saying that this is so open and you use it so much that it's gained like a lot of territory of expression, which is a good thing, but only if you're grounded. There has to be this balance. And this is also a grounding stone, and it does clear unfocused, stale energies. Okay, and then the last crystal that I have here is my selenite wand. This has to do with clearing. It can have to do with cord cutting. It can have to do with angelic energies and just high energies in general sometimes. It also can represent Archangel Michael. And I did feel him right away when I saw your email. I felt him and other angels around you. And then your email even confirmed that as you're speaking about angels. And I think you even mentioned Archangel Michael. However, even though right away, like I said, I sensed these angelic energies around you. There were a lot of other energies that were coming in, which were more prominent for this reading. So maybe they are wanting to introduce themselves, let you know that they're there. I'm not really sure exactly, because I was feeling both, but those angelic energies are not so much the ones coming forward. Also, when I set up my circle, I usually am playing music, and I have like a list of music, but and it's all like meditation music for these readings specifically. And even though I have this list, so I pick intuitively which one to play to sort of set the energy for that reading. And I'm seeing the throat chakra meditation. I do have that as well. So you guys are saying I could have played that one. So that's obviously a big theme for this reading as well as this throat chakra. And they're also saying clearing the throat chakra. So all these crystals kind of have this message together. Okay, and clearing the third eye and the crown chakra. Okay, because these kyanite shards are still in this shaft kind of shape, even though they're very small. And so this still represents this like cutting, clearing type of energy, even though they're small, which I hadn't really thought about, but your guides are right about that. They're bringing that up. So it also has to do with clearing the third eye, clearing the crown chakra, because they're saying that when it's so open, it can sort of I'm not sure why they're saying collect dust, but I'm not sure why they're saying, oh, they mean like debris. Because usually saying collecting dust has to do with like, you know, something that you haven't used in a long time. It's been sitting there, like a book sitting there on the shelf, and it starts collecting dust over time because you're not using it. But they're basically saying that if you're overusing it, it can have the same type of effect, unless you are grounding properly, they're saying. They're saying that your work with the earth specifically can help you to ground a bit, but since it's still spiritual work, it's not like physical actions that you're taking, it still isn't really necessarily going to ground you very much. Okay, so I'm saying necessarily going to ground you very much, but they're actually coming in with the word necessary. Okay, so go with what you feel. But obviously, I'm just going to say whatever is coming through, whatever the guidance is that's coming through. I mentioned other guides, so I will get into these energies in a bit. I am feeling these angelic energies though in the room also. And I was feeling them at points. They're definitely very present during the readings, but these other energies are coming here too. So you just You just have more than one type of guide around you, and a lot of them are coming forward. Different types of energies. Okay, but anyway, so like I said, do with what you feel. Ultimately, go with what you feel. However, what they're saying really about this this stellar gateway chakra of the earth and clearing it, they're saying that in some ways it isn't really necessary for you to do that at this time, for the reason that it's not grounding you and that you need to focus on yourself. Not so much the awareness of others or at the world at large, because they're sending you this feeling almost like there are physical actions that you're going to take. And to take advantage of those physical actions when it comes to spreading a message of awareness to multiple people in a physical way. And that is going to send the most energy out, and also that's when you're going to experience the most balance. That's when you are going to be the most balanced individual that you can be. They're saying that it's been a struggle for you to get grounded. And they're saying that you don't, they're not saying cut out spiritual activity. They're saying you can be a spiritual person in a different way. Where it's not just all about meditation and all about connecting to divine powers and influences and energies without doing something by a physical means. They're saying, in fact, you can connect to your physical energy, okay, and you can connect your guides more physically, where you bring them more down into the physical, where you feel them having a physical impact more if you are grounded, if you are speaking your mind, if you are implementing physically these spiritual teachings that want to come through you and be expressed by you. But yeah, they're saying that you've had a struggle with physical grounding, and they're saying that you need to get in touch with that. And they're saying that breaking free of it isn't really going to come through you avoiding this physical prison, in a sense, they're saying. Because they're saying they know that you are kind of dreamy and you're this free spirit, and you can be kind of free floating, and they're saying that you love to laugh and think outside the box and not have really a structure. They're saying that they know that and they love that about you. But they're saying that there's a difference between being free and having no structure. And they're saying that you have to come to some conclusion about this, and that this really needs to be a priority for you now. And they're saying that, yeah, that meditation in some ways can actually distract you from that. They're saying if you're meditating too much, they're saying it's not meditation that's the problem. And they're saying, which is true, most people need to meditate and they need to acquire inner knowledge. But they're saying you, on the other hand, have this fire and this passion that needs to be let out through the physical vibration. That's when you're going to make the most impact. That's when you're going to put out that's when you're going to make the most sound, they're saying. It's just going to be this roaring rumble. that goes out, and it's a vibration, but it's through the physical. It's through physical action. They are saying that you're a teacher. They're saying that you are a healer, that you are an inspirer. They're saying that you're very creative, but they're saying to use these things in a physical way. And they're saying, you know, branch out, do your own thing. That's fine. That's good, you know. It doesn't have to be in some structured, imprisoned way, but at the same time, they're saying that there does need to be some discipline, and there does need to be focus, and it can't just be discipline when it comes to certain spiritual practices, they're saying, and they're saying especially not when the spiritual practices are involving awakening others. They're saying that if you're going to meditate, at least focus on yourself, and clearing this block that you have. They're saying that that needs to become a priority. This physical grounding block that you have. Oh yeah, and I do feel your energy now. Like I'm sure you saw on my website, you know, when you saw the readings, that I'm a guide angel medium, and I don't like read people's energies, but obviously sometimes I'll feel it off of the person's picture, and yeah, I am feeling that. It does feel very like kind of like what they're saying, kind of dreamy, kind of up in the air, kind of floating a little bit. So they're saying to get focused, because they're saying that you have a lot to bring through. And they're saying that there is a fire there. So there's this fire and this water, because dreaminess, you know, that's why Pisces have this dreamy quality, because it's this water element. Water element tends to be pretty dreamy, whereas fire tends to be more grounded or focused on physical actions. And they're saying both are good when you have balance. But they're showing me Taurus, the bull. And, you know, the bull is very, very grounded, obviously, you know. Very, very grounded. For some reason, your guides are also pointing out they really don't need a lot of fuel to be that way. You know, they're veggie eaters, but they are really big, and physically they have a lot of stamina, and they're saying they have a lot of will. Like they're even mentioning like bullfighting, not that, yeah, they're sending in an energy like not that they like anything to do with that. It's horrible, but just they're saying, as a for instance, you can see this like ferocity with a bull, and it's grounded nature. Also, it's gentle nature, you know. If it's not fighting, if it's not being attacked or something by a human, you see, you know, that it is very in harmony with nature. It's very grounded, but it's able to take physical actions in a harmless way, or it is able to protect and defend itself as well. But it's about bringing these teachings down and implementing them into the physical, and they're saying that that needs to be your goal this year, to come to some conclusion about this ungrounded way of being, and needing structure, some type of structure, like they're saying, not a confining, imprisoning structure. And you know, like they were saying, yeah, they realized the earth can be a kind of overwhelming, imprisoning type of place. But at the same time, you can't run from that. You can't let it confine you. And they're saying you have that down. And that's a good thing. They're saying, yeah, like they said, these are good qualities. You just have to mix them with a grounded nature. And then you're going to have both. You're going to have the best of both worlds, and they're going to mesh and collide in a positive way. And you're going to take these ideas and these teachings, and you're going to implement them into physical actions that they're saying that prepare people for the new energies coming in. They're saying that there are these new energies coming in. I think you asked a question about something related to new energies. And they're saying, and you have to be prepared for it. They're saying it's energies of awakening, and they're saying that the earth is doing it herself. And they're saying this vehicle, your physical form, they're saying is the driving force of that. They're saying that's what brings the awakening. So they're saying that this quality of grounding, they're saying it is there, it is inside you, because it's necessary for you to complete your mission here, what you are here to do. Okay, so now they're bringing up this again. So this is something that came in before I even began the reading. It came in like as I was putting some of the crystals down. So before I even started, right away there was this energy of Arcturus. There were some other like connections that I was feeling, but the strongest one was when it had to do with origin. I was feeling very strongly Arcturus, and that was something coming in. Okay, another thing that came in when I was setting up the room is a salmon totem. So that's something that I'm going to look up, and I'm going to go ahead and send you. And maybe I'll even place it down in the video description, because maybe somebody else who watches this has a salmon totem too, or maybe they'll get something from that. Whoa! That's crazy. I could be bringing you the message that the most valuable things in life must be fought for. Are you locked in one of the hardest struggles of your life? Do not give up despite seemingly impossible odds and struggles. And then down here it's saying, alternatively, the salmon may also be telling you that it's time to transform and point yourself towards the next big goal. Get back on track and move forward with renewed passion and vigor. Well, that pretty much confirms everything that they're saying. It represents determination, strength, and wisdom. You're able to overcome adversity and achieve success. Alternatively, it suggests that you're comfortable with expressing your emotions and dealing with them. Salmon people also have strong spiritual desires and work tirelessly to manifest them. You are also tough and can persevere when others are not able to. Often you pick a life filled with challenges, knowing that within each challenge lies a positive goal and the opportunity for growth. Okay, so this part is the part that really sticks out to me, which is the first part. If salmon comes swimming across your path, it may be telling you that it's time to transform and point yourself towards the next big goal, get back on track, and move forward with renewed passion and vigor. And that really, really confirms what they're saying. And I had no idea what salmon totem was, never heard of, like never gotten salmon totem in any reading before. I wouldn't even have thought of salmon totem. Now, should I get into that yet? Well, I'd better get into that because there's only a few more minutes left of this reading. Okay, but so the music that I was playing, I think I started to say that and then I didn't because I didn't feel like I should get into these other energies yet. But the music that I was playing, they were saying I could have played throat chakra music, but the one that I was feeling was this meditation music called Walking with Merlin. And also, I actually have my runes here. And I haven't felt to pull any, but I do have them sitting over here. And so obviously some kind of Celtic Merlin types of, and just not necessarily even Merlin specifically, but Celtic energies coming in. Okay, yeah, and there were also some dolphin energies coming in as well at the beginning. Dolphin and whale energies that were very present. And there's definitely a dolphin. Oh, I don't feel this as a totem. This feels like a guide. For sure, this feels like a guide. This dolphin totem. And I do sense a Syrian connection as well. And there is this connection with dolphins here and whales here, even fish here. I mean, you had a salmon totem coming in. But part of this has to do with other worlds. And I do sense like a Syrian lifetime that you've had, even though the origin I was picking up on that they were sending was Arcturus. Still, there's also like a connection to Pleiades. There's a connection to Sirius. There's a connection to Egypt. I did sense that a little bit at one point. That doesn't feel quite as strong to me. And then there's this Merlin, like, you know, runes, Celtic kind of connection. I don't just want to say Celtic, because it even feels Germanic to me as well. There were a lot of different cultures that used types of runes, or that were up near that region, you know, Europe, that didn't even necessarily use runes, but they still had certain methods of spirituality kind of in common. And I do sense some lifetimes being in that region, like a Germanic region, so Europe and also Celtic type of region, so like, you know, Great Britain in there. But then Egypt also is coming up as a lifetime. Okay, but this guide coming up, when I said dolphin energy, all of a sudden I have this guide here so intensely and large, almost like humanoid in a way, like standing. And then I have him behind me. Now he's over here again. And I feel this connection to Sirius. So this is some type of This is like some kind of humanoid mer type of person. But then there are also dolphin energies coming in as well, whale energies coming in as well. And I do sense a significant Syrian lifetime. Okay, but our time is up. So I really hope that you got the most out of this reading declaration. I truly hope that this benefits you, and thank you so much for allowing me to do it for you. Namaste.